Welcome to all our Facebook viewers out there. My name is Tim Sullivan. I'm the president of Henry Schein's North American Dental Group, and I'm here with Dr. Vigil, who's the president of the Chicago Dental Society, and we're here at the 2017 Chicago Midwinter Meeting. Just another beautiful 70-degree day here in the Midwest. To get used to that here in February in the Midwest. And thank you very much for taking the time.
Thanks for I've enjoyed talking to you already.
Yeah,
so
hey,
thanks so much.
Let's keep that momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely,
here.
absolutely.
So you picked leadership as the theme for this year's meeting.
Yeah.
And could you explain why you picked leadership this year?
When we're elected to the board of directors of the Dental Society as an officer, you eventually have to choose a theme for your year's meeting. And you can choose it early on, or you can delay it till something comes to your mind. I've studied leadership since I began in dentistry. I took...
when was that?
That was back in 1986.
Wow, okay, very good.
I started in late 86. In early 87, I took a Leadership 1 course from a guy by the name of Dr. Jim Pride. He was an owner of a practice management company called the Pride Institute. And I knew there was more to leadership because it was numbered 1, meaning that there was probably a Leadership 2, and a Leadership 3, and 4, and 5. So I knew there was a lot to learn when it came to leadership. And I studied with Jim really until he passed away in 2004. And everything I'd learned from about leadership really stemmed from my early time with Jim. But it was pretty much focused only on leadership in your own dental practice. How to run your dental practice as a business, how to lead your patients to make the right clinical decisions, how to lead your staff into making the right decisions within your practice to carry on your mission. As we've just finished up kind of a difficult political season where leadership was questioned in there, I felt that leadership was even more important to have at this meeting.
That's good thinking, yeah.
And then maybe about 2 years ago, let me back up, at our church, Willow Creek Community Church in South Barrington, has a global leadership summit every year. Our senior pastor, Bill Hybels, leads that off with his first talk.
Great speaker.
And he started with 2 simple words. He said, leadership matters.
Yep.
Leadership matters. And that resonated with me so deeply that I've kind of turned that into my mantra for this year. Leadership matters. It matters in our families, our practices, in our communities, and in our profession. Every aspect of our lives, leadership matters. And so I wanted to intertwine it with everything we do, both here in the exhibit floor and all of our classes. I asked all the instructors this year to take a few minutes out of their classes to explain to their audiences what their leadership style is and what leadership means to them, how they lead. Another thing Pastor Hybels said to us during that initial talk at that leadership summit was, everyone wins when a leader gets better.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
For our church, Fox River, in the Milwaukee area where I'm from, I participated in a couple of those leadership sessions with Hybels. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
He had a speaker there one year by the name of John Maxwell.
Absolutely.
And I became a huge fan of his. And one of my all-time favorite leadership quotes is, everything rises and falls on leadership. And
no question.
From a company perspective, we really believe that we're going to have good times and bad times. Everything rises and falls on leadership. How you work with dentists and your members to really define and understand the difference between being a manager and being a leader within their practice and within their communities?
I think as the leader in the practice, you need to cast a vision for what you want your practice to be. You want to make sure that vision is very clear to your employees, and you need to live that vision before you expect them to live your vision.
Actions speak louder than words.
But when it comes to management, there's day-to-day operations that we still have to keep an eye on. There's numbers that we have to accumulate and analyze. The day-to-day operations still need to be managed so that everybody's job gets done at the level that we expect it to. But we all maintain that same vision, and to get the staff to accept your vision is also very important. You can have a great staff, as I know you have, that I know they've accepted your vision. But you can't have those that don't, and at some point, it's not a fit for Schein or for Vigil & Associates. So as long as the staff accepts and will carry on your vision, you'll go in the right direction. You're going to have bumps along the way. That's where the management comes in, because you still have to manage all those bumps. But the leader is going to still follow that vision.
There's another great author Jim Collins.
Yep, sure.
Good to Great book. It's
Yep.
been out there for 15,
Yep.
20 years.
Yep.
There's a concept in there about getting the right people on the bus.
Yep.
And then once they're on the bus, people are going to find the right seat.
Yep.
And it's actually okay to ask people to get off the bus. And it doesn't mean they're bad people. They're not buying into the vision that there might be find a nice career somewhere else. Which is
Absolutely. And
So-
that happens in the dental office as well.
Right.
I think in the dental office it would happen more from an operational standpoint. Something didn't go right. Clinical skills weren't up to what you thought they were. Seldom would it be that it would be more of a vision issue,
Right.
Because we can kind of weed that out a little bit. But certainly, we both deal with the same issues.
That's a great way to segue into the next question.
Yeah.
Because dentistry is going through a transformation, and a lot of challenges that we see our dentists are faced with. There's never been an easy period. Everyone always thinks, you look back, remember the good old days. Well, if you were in those good old days, it was challenging then too. So I view our current ones just different. Tomorrow's good old days. But the challenges today with the reimbursement rates coming down, corporate dentistry coming into the picture. Not that corporate dentistry is bad, but if you want to be a private practitioner, how do you remain? How do you guide your members through this transformation that's happening in dentistry today? And where does leadership come into play with that?
I've been asked a question similar to that in a lot of my interviews throughout this meeting, and one of the questions had to do with corporate dentistry, and it was, do you think corporate dentistry is a good thing or a bad thing? I said, I don't think it's good or bad. It's just another modality that kids can go into. I think to be a real leader in the dental practice, you might have to be that entrepreneur that is the solo practitioner or small group practitioner.
Right.
I'm not sure that the leadership model that I grew up with would fit under being a corporate dentist.
Right.
That doesn't make that right or wrong, because not all dentists really want to be leaders.
Right.
I think that if you do and you have that sense of entrepreneurship and you have that sense of leadership in you, you take one direction. If not, you want to do something. There's all sorts of pegs that people can fit into.
Sure. So as you think of the graduating dentists today, the next generation of dentists, what advice do you have for them?
I've told many young dentists, and this comes after 31 years of experience, and it didn't happen immediately. But having a father as a dentist, the road was a little smoother. I tell the young dentists that really take time to build the trust of your patients. If they're not ready for the dentistry you know that you can provide for them, and you know that they need right now, they will be, and they'll do it, and they'll do it seamlessly. A week later, a month later, a year later. But just take the time to build their trust. It's going to be the best relationship builder you can ever have. The most important thing that we can do as dentists is build relationships. The best thing that companies like you can do for us is build relationships back with us. It's a very symbiotic relationship.
Do you work with the dental schools in any way, in the universities? I think the dental schools do an incredible job of teaching oral health care and how to be an oral health care provider. Some do a pretty good job of saying, oh, by the way, you're soon to become a small business owner too.
Yeah.
And managing the balance between being that small business owner and an oral health care provider. What could we do as the industry, working with profession, working with academia, to bring those concepts together so the graduating dentist has a better feel for balancing both?
The Chicago Dental Society tries to provide a lot of resources for the new dentists, both the dental students and the new dentists. We have a very active academic chapter of the Chicago Dental Society. Every dental student in the Chicago area in both dental schools are a member with the academic chapter.
Oh, that's excellent.
We have meetings with them on a regular basis. We invite the academic chapter students to come to the midwinter meeting for free. We also have a very, very active new dentist committee. And we hold several new dentist events during the year where we try and get them to be more involved in organized dentistry. But what they gain from that is the mentorship of some more seasoned dentists that can talk with them about those very things.
Right.
I had an employee that was looking for, $15 an hour. What do I do? And we can kind of work them through that scenario. They want to purchase a new piece of equipment. We can kind of help them through that. We also have a mentor program through the Chicago Dental Society that we actually sign students and young dentists up with seasoned dentists, mentors, and they can take that relationship how they want. They can meet for lunch once a month, they can meet for a drink, they can talk on the phone, email, whatever. So we're really trying to engage the young dentists by getting out there and touching them, building the relationships with them.
That's fantastic. I didn't realize all that.
Yeah.
I would love to figure out how we partner with you.
Yes, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Not to turn this into a Henry Schein commercial by any means,
Yes.
but at Henry Schein, our mission statement is, we start with what we believe. We believe in improving the lives of those we touch.
Yeah.
We do that by focusing on practice care.
Yeah.
So our customers can focus on patient care.
Yes.
And we really want to be viewed as a trusted advisor in our practice, to be part of your leadership team, quite honestly, within your practice. Not just yes, we sell dental supplies and equipment.
Yeah.
That's how we put food on the table.
Yeah.
But we want to be viewed as part of your staff, on your team, part of your leadership team to help guide you and your employees through those challenges. And so we have similar programs in some way. I'm sure we can help. So,
well, the Henry Schein team is world renowned, and I'm not just saying that. You have one of the best reputations in the dental industry.
Appreciate that.
And I think the relationship building that can happen between your company, your representatives, and dentists can sometimes be a very lonely environment. To have a smiling face come in and say, I want to help you out.
Right.
Here's what we have. Here, I just noticed this. There's a new product that came out. You should try it. I'm getting some good feedback from some of the other doctors. That's a relationship that really is very important to the dentists.
We were touching on it a little earlier, and this always has been and always will be a relationship-driven business.
Yep.
But how you're having those relationships is what's changing.
Absolutely.
Technology is changing. The social media is changing things. Obviously, here we are.
And you know what? You as a company, you're in a tougher situation, a tougher position than we are, because your audience is a much broader group.
Sure.
You have the very young dentists who are very techno savvy, and the older seasoned dentists who might not be so much. So your relationship building has to go on quite a scale.
But I would say the same, you have the same thing with your patient. Your patient
that's
base
true.
is
Sure.
Your employee base. So at the end, I really believe we really are in this together.
Yeah.
And our issues are almost identical.
Yeah, no
it's
question.
just scale sometimes.
Yes.
Is only
Yes. Different product that we're selling.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
2017, we're at the beginning of the year. Yeah. What's next? What do you see for the future of the Chicago Dental Society?
I think we're at a great time. We're seeing a rise in dentists coming out to treat the public. We have several things that we're working on as a society. We're looking at trying to really make an impact on the access to care issue here in the city of Chicago. We're continually trying to engage new members, but yet keep our current members equally as engaged. We really want to bring the new dentists into organized dentistry so they know that this type of an organization has to continue on by way of their involvement. Right. We're the conduit between, I think, the membership and maybe CE or the manufacturers or things like this. You need the younger dentists to come on board and be part of it.
That's
so
great.
We're working on that as well.
Well, look forward to partnering with you this year and helping make sure the best year the Chicago Dental Society ever had.
Thanks.
And,
it was the best year Schein ever had.
All right. And well, here's to the Packers-Bears NFC Championship game next season.
Yes. And I know Packers will win.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Yes. Great. Thank you.